Hi, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G. And it's official, man. We finally got a quarterback announced for the Saints this upcoming season. And it's no other than Spencer Rattler, man. A lot of people was feeling like Spencer was going to win this quarterback competition. I actually felt like he was going to win it soon as I seen how many snaps he had in the final preseason game compared to how many Shuck had. I was like, okay, if he's starting and he only had this amount of snaps, then it's kind of like the writing on the wall that he's going to be the starter. But it was always that thought of, it might be Shuck because he was handpicked by Kellen Moore Tutty. So, you know, it was kind of up in the air, but ultimately he's became the Saints starting quarterback for the season. A lot of people are upset that Shuck didn't get the starting nod because draft selection compared to both quarterbacks. He's a rookie. It was a close quarterback competition, and some people actually feel like he has more upside. Me personally, I didn't care who won the starting quarterback competition. I honestly felt like no matter what, we was going to see both quarterbacks, regardless, during the season, some way, somehow, whether it be through injury, whether it be through a benching. Um, but I just think Spencer Rattler starting makes a little bit more sense. It was a close competition. Whenever it's close, you usually give it to the young gun. But at the same time, Spencer Rattler, I think he's more familiar with the players, at least a little bit more. And on top of that, he could go take the lumps first. So while everybody still trying to figure out the identity of the team, he could go out there and take the lumps first. When the offensive line still not gelling and meshing yet, he could go take the lumps first. Mortutty still figuring out his way of being a head coach. Like those first 7 weeks to 8 weeks going to be rough regardless, I think. So to not hurt Shuck's confidence, go ahead on and put Rattler out there, sink or swim. And some may say, well, forget his confidence. He going to either sink or swim because he's 26 years old. We ain't got no time to be waiting on him. We need to see if he's the guy. But I think it's 17 weeks in the season. Spencer could go out there the first 7, 8 games. If it's not looking good, the record not good, then okay, go ahead on and see what the kid got in Tyler Shuck. You could go and see what both guys got. You still got that ace in the hole with your first round pick. So if neither guy's pan out, we could go ahead on and just get the future quarterback in next year's draft, because next year's draft is promising with a lot of quarterback talent. Some people right now are looking way ahead of the curve and looking at Arch Manning to be the savior. Who's to know? Who's to say Arch going to come out? Who's to say he's going to land and play for the Saints? Who's to say we could even trade up for him? Because I'm pretty sure any team that in a running for him going to just go ahead on and nab him. Like, we don't know what can happen. I'm of the mindset of let these guys battle it out, and once we cross that bridge to where my full attention is on the first round pick, then I'll have my full attention on the first round pick. But I'm gonna let these guys go out there and showcase their talent. I'm gonna let them go ahead on and compete. And I don't really look at it like Shuck just won and he just gonna run off with it. Like, to me, this is gonna still be a quarterback competition. Like, Shuck is right on his heels as far as him going out there competing, not messing up. Now, I do think Shuck got a little bit more rope with himself because he's the 40th pick. So if he was to go out there and get benched, he still got a chance to bounce back. But this Spencer Rattler, last chance. We all know the context of what happened last year. He was out there with a makeshift offensive line. He was out there with no Shaheed, no Olave. Dennis Allen was the head coach. Like, we already know. But at the end of the day, nobody cares. At the end of the day, people are going to look at the stats. People are going to look at the record. Did you win? Did you lose? And that's the harsh truth sometimes. And right now, it's sink or swim for both quarterbacks. It's sink or swim for Spencer because this probably going to be his first and only opportunity to really show that he's a starter in this league. And it's going to be a sink or swim with Shook before we move on to that next guy, depending on where we fall at in the draft. And I'm going to give both of these guys a chance. I'm pretty sure it's Packers fans out there that wasn't too high on Jordan Love. And I remember when they got Jordan Love, they was saying in camp, oh, he's not ready. He's not ready. It was like 2-3 seasons. 2-3 seasons. Then when he first, got the starting job when Aaron left, he still had to work through a lot of kinks then. Like it took some weeks before he really started hitting the ground running. Now he's a good quarterback. A lot of teams would love to have him as their franchise quarterback. Tore Dallas ass up in the playoffs. So I'm not just about to write Shuck and write Spencer off just yet. I'm gonna let them guys go out there and play. I cross that bridge when they come. At least I know I got that ace in the hole with that first round pick. At least I know this is going to be a pretty nice batch of quarterbacks coming out in this next draft. And it will be a wonderful story for us to end up with Arch Manning. I'm not saying, I don't want to get Arch, but if we cross that bridge, then worry about that when we cross that bridge. I ain't just about to root for us to lose or, say, oh, I told you so, let things play out. Let things play out. Will it be a good feel-good story if we do out there and have a bad season and get Arch Manning? Yes. Will I be excited? Hell yes. Do I think Arch got more upside than both these guys? Hell yes. But at the same time, cross that bridge when they come. We don't know what can happen. Rattler might go out there, ball out, and never look back. Rattler might go out there, get hurt in week 4, and Shuck might go out there and ball out and never look back. Or Rattler could get benched, and Shuck might come in. We don't know what can happen. There's a lot of different things can happen. Both might be terrible. We might get a bad pick, but another team might be worse than us and still get Arch. And we'll have to, get one of those other guys. Still got Nuss. Still got Sellers. It's a couple of other guys. We don't know what's going to happen. I like to worry about the now. I don't like to worry about the ifs. We cross that bridge when it comes. Right now, staring us down is the Arizona Cardinals. And some believe that that's what took so long to name the starting quarterback because you just ain't want to tip your hand so early. A lot of people think that, oh, well, neither one of these quarterbacks are just that different in play style. So it wouldn't have mattered if he had named said quarterback a week or so earlier because they play styles are that different. But at the same time, one player might have certain traits about him that the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals could key in on. But at the end of the day, I don't think nobody's going to be thinking the defensive coordinator going to be up tossing and turning that night trying to figure out who's going to be the starter out of Shuck and Rattler. Just keeping it real. But this was Martutti's first big decision, and he stood on business. Like, if Shuck was his handpicked guy and he still went with Rattler, that lets me know that he don't just go off his heart. He's going with logic. That's a good head coach. So we're going to have to see, man. We're going to have to see. It was some other guys that didn't make the team. I know a lot of people are kind of upset that Diggs didn't make the team. A lot of people are kind of upset Rico Payton didn't make the team. Even that special team of Smith, he didn't make the team. But it'll be all right. We got Jake Haener. A lot of people thinking he's going to come back on the practice squad. But if Jake come back or not, it don't really matter to me. They got Tyler Heineke out there. They got Easton Stick out there. He got some ties with Kellen Moore and our offensive coordinator. So, and he just think he kind of remind me of a Taylor Heineke, them type of players, those type of. But I just hope. I'm just wondering, like, could Shuck or Spencer Rattler? Can that be our Desmond Ritter? Can that be our Sam Howell? Can that be our Taylor Heineke? Like, show glimpses here and there, but for the most part, just not no starter. Or can it be a Jordan Love? You never know. Can it be a Bo Nix? I think Bo Nix will take a leap this year. Still think he need more weapons, but I think he's going to take a leap. But I mean, the pick is in, man. The starter from this season gonna be Spencer Rattler, and a lot of people are upset that we took Shuck with the 40th pick. We should have got a guy like Mason Taylor and got back Shuck in the 3rd round. It is what it is now. Like, I don't think none of them moves would be franchise changing like that anyway. Well, certain moves can be franchise changing. I ain't gonna lie, certain moves can, but ain't nothing more franchise changing than passing up Lamar Jackson for a Marcus Davenport. Ain't nothing more career changing than Sean Payton running his mouth about Patrick Mahomes and we not being able to get him because Andy Reid and jumped on him. So that's the type of stuff I worry about. But all in all, let me know what y'all guys think of the pick, man. What y'all feeling that Spencer Rattler is starting? Let him go out there and take all the possible lumps and bumps and bruises early. Don't hurt Shuck's confidence. And if things get bad, Shuck could come in the middle of the season and see if he could save the season. Or do y'all think that it was the wrong move? We should have went with Shuck. We wasted a 40th pick. You got to go ahead and see what you invested in that 40th pick and see for the whole season. Like, let me know what y'all think below. I'm out. Who that?